Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got an incredible show for you today. The stock market's turning the freaking frogs gay. Coronavirus is up 200,000 deaths, and you're watching 6 Deep. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Back to another exciting episode of 6 Deep with your hosts, Piss
and Chris.
And this guy over here.
Reluctantly, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, do you want to just tell him what just happened?
Yeah, we just taped an hour-and-a-half episode, and not because we had problems, but I think we just both genuinely thought it was like one of the best episodes we've shot in the longest fucking time in years. Just great episode. And pisses Mike's shit out at the very beginning, and we lost the entire episode. All you can hear is me, and nobody's here just to hear me talk.
And I know we're blaming this. I know we're blaming this on my microphone, but we both know really who's to blame here. And let's not sidestep. Let's not sugarcoat around it. It's Gary Hansen. It's Gary's fault.
Our podcast again.
Gary, you fucked up the podcast. And you know what the worst part is? We said we weren't going to swear. So we're going to try not to, but...
I'm going to be losing it on this one. Anytime we retape an episode, I am not happy.
Oh, Gary, we're looking at you, buddy.
Because, you'd think this is a shit show, but we actually test our audio ahead of time. We test the video, making sure everything's functioning. Because it's an hour-and-a-half program a lot of the times, and that's a long time for stuff to go south on you in the computer world.
Rarely do Piss and Chris fuck up.
I just remember having to redo... we screwed up our last episode for the same problem. It's a glitch... His channel died on my board, so I'd have him for a minute, and then he's just gone.
My channel died, and the 6 Deep channel died too. No.
So, hey, look on the bright side. Piss got a new microphone and a new place on the soundboard.
That's right, and I probably sound better than ever, and this was all for the greatest reasons. Chris, I'm going to go ahead and check us in on the beerometer here. Normally, as our audience knows, we're probably going to start out on, maybe 1 or 2 beers deep. But we're going to go ahead and skip, doop, 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 doop. We're going to skip yellow. What's that? Doop, doop, doop. And I'm hoping I'm in code level orange.
I think that's respectable because we've done an entire episode of 6 Deep, and we do not fuck around with the premise of the show. That's
Absolutely
the one thing
not.
You have to do on every episode is drink 6 beers. So now we technically have to drink a 12-pack each. And
over again.
I am so not... You'd think you'd be like, yeah, dude, but if you don't want to drink anymore, and then you're like, hey, dude, so we're going to really need you to do 6 more. Are you good? It's like, fuck. So I've been dead to the world for 3-4 days.
Chris, can you tell me what's been happening with you? Why have the good people of the Piss and Chris 6 Deep audience, why have they not seen us recently?
Well, I've been literally almost dead. I had one of the worst cold flu things ever. I don't think it was coronavirus because we looked it up and it didn't match the symptoms or whatever. I think it's just I was due for a cold and I got my shitty annual year of cold or whatever. So
it was the coronavirus.
Yeah,
we're trying to get views here, buddy.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I could say that, but I just feel like
coronavirus.
I don't know. I literally couldn't get out. I was bedridden for 72 hours, and today is the first day I could walk the dog and go out and whatever. So
I am just covered in dogs right now. This is happening.
You got a great situation.
Yeah, this is great.
They can feel how pissed I am right now.
Yeah, Chris was not in good shape. He was locked to the couch for a good.
Actually, this set here is where I spent
right,
a good
exactly
amount.
right here. We were sitting on the scene, the crime scene of where Chris almost died.
Picture this in the fetal position. Right?
That's right.
Right here.
It was bleak, but you know what? The sun shines again.
Dude,
and Chris rises like a phoenix.
So I have to redo Chris's 5 survival tips for if you get coronavirus.
Yeah, lay them on me, buddy.
Can we get a graphic?
This is, let me input the graphic. This is Chris's top 5 coronavirus tips.
So, tip number 1, whatever these are, don't go to the fucking doctor. It just costs a bunch of money. You probably don't have that. And if we do have to stay in the house for another month, you really want to spend $3,000 or some stupid number on a hospital visit. So
Not only that, but when I was longboarding. This was years ago, but I loved longboarding. I love longboarding. It's the greatest. It's probably the greatest sport of all time. I was longboarding, and I didn't have my board, and this one of my friends came up, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you can use mine." So I was using his, and he has the loosest trucks of all time. And then there was a super hot chick that rolled by on another longboard, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, girl? Let me try out your longboard." This is when Piss had game, which has since left. And
never had game. Fuck you.
Never had.
I gotta
it.
get back to my health tips. So get
hold
in
on. The story's hitting a crescendo. It's gonna happen. I get on her longboard. All right, I get on her longboard. Okay, and she has the tightest trucks of all time. The tightest, and it was a long.
Tell
longboard.
us more how tight she was.
Oh, so tight. It was like Ivanka. It was probably the tightest. Anyway, I get on there. I'm doing the thrusting. Oh God, I'm doing the power kicks into it, right? And I realize this is a bad idea. This is the trucks are too tight. The trucks are too tight. And so I bail. I'm like, all right, I got to fucking jump. Well, I jump, catch my back heel right on the board, and fucking face plant. Not a problem. Piss has face planted many times before. Many times. And I fucking just took this shoulder, the left shoulder, which is also my dominant writing hand, and I just impale it into just a concrete fucking curb. Just wham! Just one hit. Boom. Done. Broke my collarbone. The whole thing.
My God, is this story? I think you're gonna just mention it cost a lot of money so I can get back to my 5 tips.
Into its place, just ruptured, gone. I go to the doctor, the ER, and they're like, "Hey, just hold on, just give us your information." I give them the information. I go in, I'm waiting. It's like 6 hours. They finally take an X-ray. Hey, you got to wait for that thing to print, right? That's a thing. And then guess what? At the very end, going to the doctor, I'm telling him like, "Dude, it's probably a broken collarbone." At the very end, the guy's like, "You know what? Fucking broken collarbone. What are you gonna do?" Chris's top tip, number 4.
This is number 2.
Number 2.
You cut me off at number 1. You went for like 4 minutes.
Hold on, but
talking about a story where you're just supposed to say, "Yeah, I hurt myself one time," and then I went in thinking, "Oh, I hurt my collarbone," and then the doctor goes, "Here, fill this paperwork out for an hour, sit in the waiting room for 6 hours, just so you can come in." And he goes, "Yeah, I think you broke your collarbone. Here's a paper fucking thing. Put your arm in it, and then pay like $8,000."
The people are fans here at 6 Deep. They don't want the abridged version. They want the full Moby Dick.
Coronavirus survival tip number 2. I'm making you put a graphic on every one of these.
Number 2.
That's how pissed I am at having.
Don't you work backwards though? I thought the Letterman scale was like you'd start at number 5 and then you go to 4 and 3, 2, 1.
Well, we could do it like so. I just did 5, so here's 4 then.
Number
so we're
4.
Gonna just magically change format halfway through a bit, but whatever. Who gives a shit? This bit's dying anyway. So don't buy over the counter medication unless you already have it, or if you're at your mom's house or something. It'll like make you mentally maybe like, hey, I'm doing something. Yeah, none of that's gonna. If you're really sick, it doesn't fucking do anything. So that sucks. Number 3, I guess, watch as much TV as you possibly can. But even at the 72-hour mark, I was like, I never want to watch. I never want to hear a radio show, a podcast, or watch a TV show or Netflix ever fucking again.
And you know what? I fucking hate Lucy.
Oh my God. So, fucking, I forgot what the other.
Doesn't matter. You were talking about being stuck on a couch for like 2 fucking days, right?
Yeah.
That reminds me of
for like 2 days. 3 days.
That reminds me of an incredible anecdote that I just came up with, and most certainly did not say on the failed taping of the last episode where everything fucked out.
I'm like too drunk to remember how that bit ended, though. That's kind of a bummer.
That's great because it doesn't matter. We're moving it. Nobody on none of our fans give a shit.
You know what I feel like if you just went through the.
None of our fans cue in and they're like, "God damn it!"
It's like,
Piss and Chris.
Piss
and Chris are the epitome of accuracy. Their opinions mean everything.
We have. Where's the fuck you part of the evening that starts on this?
That's
Where do I hit Billy Rodman?
This is the first lie of the evening.
Fuck
I said we were at number 4. However, we're probably somewhere around the hemisphere.
When you start at 6, you're already at the purple.
We're
head.
there,
we're starting
man.
At 4 theatrically.
Yeah. This is for
shit here,
this is the pageantry of 6 Deep for you guys because we want to keep it authentico. But
sometimes I hate doing this show, but I don't do it for you.
Hey, Chris,
I don't even do it for you.
You organically mentioned that you were stuck in bed for a couple days. That reminds me of an amusing anecdote.
Didn't happen to be about Mars, did it?
Oh my God, how did you know? There was a show on Amazon
God.
Prime, which I forgot the name of, and I'll appear right at the bottom of the screen here,
By the way,
I'm sure.
I mentioned I'm sick still. It's not like I'm magically better. I just feel better today. And Piss is like, yeah, here's the day where we're going to do the double.
Chris is still
drinking.
suffering from the
I'm gonna binge
coronavirus.
through this entire. I'm going to ruin. Oh, I'm going to make you
He's-
so mad that we
He's-
redid this.
He's going to try and ruin it, but you know what? Nothing.
I'm going to have a. You know what, ladies
Nothing
and
can
gentlemen?
ruin my
Let's flash
spirit.
the bad attitude signal.
Beep, beep.
So that's what I'm going to have. Put a little arrow pointing to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know
in
what?
advance for your cooperation with your. I'm going to give
I-
Piss so many chores after this.
I think you're doing amazing. I
I'm
think
gonna
you're
be-
doing a
my
great
mouth
job.
Is going to be writing
You're doing fantastic.
graphic design checks.
Is it
or-
time for the president to call?
Oh, I think. No, but what happened with NASA there, buddy?
Oh my God! I thought you would never ask. So Chris was mentioning that that he was bedridden for a couple days, and Lord knows I wish he still was. But anyway, he was out of commission, and I started watching a lot of TV with him because let's be real, I had nothing better to do. And one of the shows we
Chill
found.
with me for a lot of that
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm the
Maybe
unsung
that's
hero
why I'm
here. That's
redoing
right.
This, 'cause
And I
appreciate your
nursed him back
friendship.
to health, one spoonful at a time. There you go.
He fed me. He bathed me.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you can't predict when a problem's going to happen. You just have to be there. You have to have your can of prepackaged
He
seeds
touched me.
to make sure that you can get through any of these pandemics that the government's going to throw at you and Nancy Pelosi. All right.
We kept the drinks coming, and that is a friend indeed.
Oh my
it
God.
was so we don't. That was one of the tips. It's you know you never know. I'm just gonna do if I can finish this
if you
bit,
can get
I'm
a
going
tip
to do it.
in, just the tip.
We don't know if you starve or drown a flu, meaning by eating or by not eating or drinking a lot of
Okay.
alcohol, which
Yeah.
is like a wives' tale of how you get over colds and flus, but we can't remember which one is which.
And what
So
option did you choose?
We default with, get this, drowning all of it.
Yeah.
So get real drunk for the first couple days. It doesn't like help you feel better, but you'll get these brief minutes of reprieve that give you like the strength to keep putting up with a shitty situation.
Well, and
And number one, fuck it. I'll
Okay.
say I
All
pick one thing like Tylenol or something. Pick one of those things that doesn't do shit. I picked ibuprofen, and just for peace of mind, about every 6 hours when I felt shitty, I would take one of those. And
did it work?
it's a mental thing. It's like those survival shows where they just gotta they gotta lick the inside of a fucking moldy clamshell just to get that boost of energy to get across the next hilltop.
I had
and
to
then
wring
eat
my
some more
jock
shit.
strap into my mouth just for that one extra mile of walking.
So I
I
can get
knew
over
how
there and drink my
I knew how
piss.
far it would take me.
I don't think you're supposed to drink your piss. I think that's bad. Or you can drink it like once.
Drinking
Right.
your piss?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to drink it and then re-drink it and re-drink it. Meaning like drink your piss, then piss it out. But you're collecting it so you can drink your piss, that same piss.
Only if
Piss it
there's
out.
meth in it.
What?
Then, in which case, you might get some extra
Oh,
miles.
what's her name?
There was a
Meth-
comedian chick that talked about her like stint of doing meth, and she's like, then I found out that your body can't break down meth, and I found out that you just pee meth out. So she's like,
and
well,
you
my
can get
natural.
really high off of
Yeah.
drinking like a meth addict.
So my natural conclusion was to just drink meth head piss to get methed out again, and it worked
She's
for
like
her really
such
well.
to the point where the actual doing the meth to get the meth piss became secondary to drinking the meth piss. So
Yeah.
it kind of makes you wonder. Man, before I die, I got to try just a little bit.
And
You got to do the cut to the scientist.
Yeah, there was a scientist guy that Chris and I totally thought was real and found out was bullshit later, but he was supposed to be like a NASA scientist that was learning how to like filter piss into drinking water again. And you just see him and it's just like a scene of this guy and he's like, yeah, anyway, here's the finished sample. And I was like, it was really gross.
It's the best thing I've ever seen, and we
Yeah.
laughed like little girls on our old.
That chick
shows.
had like science behind it though. She was like, "Oh, you have to like get rid of the first two pisses. So the first two pisses are garbage. Just throw them away.
You
but
remember
the
my
third
old
piss,
show piss, the one that had viewers?
Oh, you're saying okay? First off, so you're saying that a show about flat Earth
Remember
is
it-
better than my show, which we're talking about how many flushes you should do before you drink meth piss. You're saying that that's better? Bullshit. Gary Hansen, fucking weigh in on this shit. Tell this guy he's a fucking asshole.
I'll blow Gary if he's still watching this episode this far. And we're
Still
14
watching?
minutes in.
I think you should have
Gary's-
said if he watched it. That would have
Gary's
been
pulling little 2-year-olds' pants down.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
out busy right
He
now.
is
is
an
what I'm saying. He
educator.
doesn't have 15 minutes to blow.
He won the Minnesota State,
he does have, like, 15 minutes
Achiever
to blow children,
of
but
Education
not
Award.
to blow on watching dumb entertainment.
He's a landmark
Jerry can do whatever he wants with his
in the
life,
state of.
Just remember the statute of
Varsity.
limitations. I think is like 8 years.
I think there was a Statue of Liberty
I'm just
erected.
gonna take it out. I'm gonna be so mean to everybody.
Oh my God!
Nobody's gonna
Not to
watch
Gary.
this. They're
What did
gonna
Gary
all
do?
hate this so much.
Hashtag, if you guys are still watching, hashtag what would Gary do? If you write that in the comments below,
Yeah, let me know you're watching.
Piss officially owe you $1. Next time I see you in real life, when I brush across you in person,
We're gonna start doing that.
I'm just gonna micturate dollars all over you based
So if
on
you
the.
made it to the 15-minute mark. You made $1 off.
This
Piss
is.
and Chris.
Let me announce the piss stimulus
Fuck, if Andrew
package.
Yang could literally be like, I'm just gonna start paying people to like me. We'll do the same fucking thing.
Oh my God!
It's the Yang.
Is that if
Sign
that's
me up for the Yang Gang.
I just gang bang the Yang Gang right there. Just chain smoke the Yang Gang. If that's something we can do though, if we can,
Yang Bang.
if I can afford your love by just paying Facebook $1 at a time to ream through your privacy policies and just shovel me in front of your face, then you know what?
To algorithmically shuffle through all the private
I
data
think it
you've
was
given
worth it. Yeah.
Willfully.
Yeah.
Little did you know. What
But yeah,
monster.
how's my mic doing? Are we still hearing this? We
Let's
still
test
feeling
it
this,
out.
camera guy? I got a
I'll test
heavily
periodically.
hot
That's a good idea.
cable here. And we're testing this because we just filmed an hour and a half.
Shit, I can still hear your stupid fucking voice.
God damn it.
It's either working or not working,
Well,
however you want to look at it.
By the grace of Gary, I'll be to Gary. We are still recording this program right now, so I am so thankful for that. How are you doing on your beer, buddy? I want to make sure. Last time I paced myself appropriately because Chris had made a comment. And he's like, "This show is not for alcoholics. This is a show for people just enjoying themselves and
this
kicking
is
back."
what I'm afraid of is like this kind of video. Of
This
me,
kind
like,
of video?
really shitty. You can hold it together for 6 beers, and we said it on a different show because the real show for us doesn't start until after the show is done.
So you know what? Let's
now we're like lit.
Chris, I think you've been taking this as a negative. I want to take this as a positive. And you know what?
I'm gonna really want to see like the two characters drunk.
Yeah, hang on. You ready for this? I'm gonna rename this segment, this whole episode, After Hours with Piss and Chris. That's
How about
right.
The after effects.
The show where your hosts, your favorite hosts, drink 6 alcoholic beverages apiece, fuck up the entire episode, and then re-record a brand new one with the beers they have left.
My microphone is comfy.
And Chris is probably going to pass out onto his microphone. But that's not going to stop us here.
It's just comfy.
And if you're still watching, that makes you the real heroes here. The people that watch this show.
So what else did you want to talk about? Tell them about FedBit.
Did we
Flex
talk about Mars?
Fit.
I feel like we haven't talked about Mars.
Let's talk about Mars.
Okay, this is going to be a completely organic
Let's
bit.
fast track this stupid fucking story. We saw a TV show called like Going to Mars.
Landing on Mars or some shit.
Mars.
Name will appear.
Amazon Prime or whatever.
This is going to be...
And basically the whole story cuts down to we heard a news story like 3 years ago where they were hiring douchebags to lay in beds for NASA as long as they could because they wanted to test the effects of like isolation and just how long can we put an average dude in a bed before he loses his
so
fucking
bad
mind.
right now.
God damn it! I forgot to piss
at the
before
tip
the
of my dick.
Go piss.
There was a show.
If you piss quick, because I don't want to. I don't know. I can't hold.
No,
this
I'm
thing
not.
together
Are you
for-
kidding me? Do you think I'm gonna leave you with the fucking show by yourself right now? Absolutely not.
I'll personally insult everybody.
I will piss
watching.
myself for the sake of this show. If that's what it takes, I will do it. The show that Chris is just hammering through right now was a show about going to Mars, and they were talking about the human limitations for going to Mars. And one of those limitations, they said, okay, well, we can get the hundreds of thousands of tons worth of food into the air and the hundreds of thousands of ton worth of water and the other, the fucking, what do they play? Fucking jacks or like a chess set or some fucking playing cards or whatever they need.
Marbles up there, playing cards.
Goddamn Nintendo Wii, whatever they need, we'll put it up there for them.
Game Boy.
But the problem we can't crack, the thing we can't get over is how we keep five people together, astronauts, which we would all
It's
agree
gonna be a combination of men and women, and eventually all those people
can't be women.
are gonna
Can't
fuck
be
each
women.
other,
I
and
will
they're
tell
all
you
gonna
this
hate each
right
other.
now. if there's 5 people stuck in a studio apartment and one of them is a woman, and this is not being
They're
sexist.
gonna fuck each other every which way,
This
and they're all gonna hate each other. By the end.
not there will probably be no fucking happening.
Well,
first
there's only
off,
one chick that lives.
that's
in the
like what you
apartment,
think.
yeah.
Like if Pornhub produced the moon landing, or not the moon landing, the Mars landing, it'd be like one super hot chick and like 5 guys. Like, yeah, we're here to operate the spacecraft. Oh, what did you
It's
drop?
gonna be
some
like
fucking-"
3 single men with 3 single women.
No, it's
what-
if
I
they were
suppose-
smart.
Hypothetically, everybody has a family.
If they
at
were
home
smart, they
on
would.
Earth.
If they were smart, they'd put
You
a
also
whole.
got to be suicidal to do that mission.
You can't put a woman on there because if you put a woman on, I'm saying it. I'm not
Ash.
saying this in a sexist way. I'm not saying that women.
You just said
a
you
woman.
can't.
A woman just set the
Women
record.
have demonstrated to be
A
fine
woman-
astronauts
a-
on multiple
yeah,
occasions.
they are fine-ass
Plenty- and
astronauts.
And actually, the first spacewalk conducted
I'm not
by 2
disagreeing
women
that.
only just happened recently. And that was a brand new...
you fucking misogynist. One of the
You're the
a woman.
fucking
Hold
misog-
on,
You
a
can't
woman.
say that.
A woman just set the record for women's fucking longest, time spent in the, outer space or some bullshit, right? So not a man
it's not a
goal,
woman's?
not a man record. This is like a woman beating another woman's record. So it's like
So this is kind of golfing off the white tee. then,
longest
but
time
whatever.
between tamps in space, whatever they need to call it. Okay, my point here, dude, is that you can't have a woman in the crew of 5 because if you have a woman in the crew of 5, there's immediately going to be a fight that breaks out. Within like 2 weeks, it's gonna be like, God damn it, Cindy's my woman, and it's like, whoa.
I don't know if they were just being politically correct or whatever they were doing, but they had 3 men and 3 women in the animated videos that were showing you. And
Can
they
I
had
make a
live
separate
action.
scale for like how much piss is actually in my dick right now? Like I feel like there's just like boop.
Is that the precise location?
Yeah, there's just piss micturating.
Maybe this is like a
uncontrollably.
geyser of piss at the top.
You know
of
what?
the
We're
barometer.
officially going to code level red. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is pure pandemonium here. There's no logic.
If
There's
we're
no
not already
reason.
there, man.
It was all gone before you tuned in. But anyway, manned mission to Mars. They said like, hey, you have to be able to spend like 2.5 years just on a couch watching TV, just eating food, drinking booze and shit, and you just have to be able to do that for 2.5 years so we can get you to Mars. Science experiments and whatnot, whatever they do up there, and then we got to be able to fly you back, right? And because of this, Chris will be able to tell you there's cycles and planets moving around.
I
shit
know
like
all
that.
that shit. I'm just not even gonna say it because
Right, because we already filmed it. Nobody gives a shit. Do you give a
Yeah.
shit? You don't give a shit.
it's so hard repeating yourself because you don't know if you're repeating yourself on this show
Yeah.
or if you're repeating it just from the 2 shows. I don't know.
But the point is,
trying to do the same thing is not gonna happen. So we just gotta jerk it, man. Just gotta yank
jerk it.
It's just get
Just
natural.
gotta jerk
that-
it. Okay.
Just gotta do a clinical jerk on this
So
episode.
the point was, the way the bit was supposed to work. I'm gonna start doing that for the way the bit was supposed to work. Piss and Chris, totally worthless human beings that spend a lot of their life on the couch, which is
how we
what
present ourselves. But I
well,
don't.
the characters of Piss and Chris. Real
Yeah.
piss and Chris. Do you know how many forest fires we put out today?
Because you
Do
can't
you know how many
sustain a life.
Do you know how many starving babies we fed? Do you know how many women we saved from Gary Hansen today? Do you know how many people? We've done a lot of
I
amazing
notice
things
my
today.
eyes I can't open them once I
Can
get
you hand
past
me a
certain
staunch?
level
Let me
of
do
fucked
one
up.
record-breaking thing. Hand me a staunch. I'm gonna smoke the first cigarette that Piss has smoked on 6 Deep in 8 years. This is happening right now. This is because of things happening outside of my control. Chris
You're-
had tons
you're
of
watching
control
a
over it.
relapse happen right now. That's
Yeah.
great.
A-
Great television, asshole.
6
What other
Deep.
ideas you got? Heroin addict, 6 years clean. Hey, dude, here's some more shit. But you're doing it on the show, so
What mind-blowing things did they do? That
You
they
should-
tamed today?
you should
Oh.
not smoke that, and then people would be happier for you
Look at
because
that.
smoking's.
Look at that. A relapse
You
prevented.
should hold it and just not smoke.
Just kidding. I'm
See how
totally.
long- Let's
Ha-
start the clock.
Can we
at-
type in hashtag relapse here on 6
start
Deep?
the clock? I'm gonna make you do more editing,
Yeah.
and then oh well, that wasn't long. 3 seconds till the relapse. I was
Fuck
gonna
your
say-
bit.
I was
Fuck
gonna,
your bit.
yeah. That actually, I forgot how to put a clock on
Fuck
there.
your bit. You know what the
I need
best part
After
is?
Effects for
The
that.
last episode, we were like, we're not going to swear. We're just, it's totally cool, man. It's totally cool.
I've lost
That was
complete
Piss and
control of
Chris
that.
in this region down here.
Up till
Those
the 3. you can
that
do-
Piss and Chris
Oh,
is
you gotta
gone.
explain the scale because we upgraded.
It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Let me show
Now
you
the
here.
Shit
I'm smoking
means
now.
something.
Here, you operate the arrow. I'll operate the board. Okay.
Teamwork.
Okay. So
Teamwork
right here.
makes the dream work.
All
buddy.
right, you watching here, people? We got 2 balls, okay? We got ball 1, ball 2. Those are representative of beers, so that's beer 1 and beer 2, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and raise to a beautiful shade. One might call it the best shade of piss, a shade of yellow. So that's code level yellow, where we have officially consumed 3 beverages. And then we're going to move up to level number 4, which is code level orange. And code level orange is where things get interesting. Chris and Piss start operating outside of the lines of logic and reason and begin to tap into their astral selves or something.
You're making me reach too
Okay,
far.
we're going to go up to the next level, which is level 5. That's right, code level.
Fucking 6.
Code,
You're worthless.
code level red, which is where Piss and Chris disavow any sort of notion of having control over anything. The rest is, it's really your fault for watching. And then level 6. Oh shit! I have piss on the tip of my dick. I will piss everywhere. I will piss I'll piss everywhere. It's good. There's gonna be piss everywhere.
Trudy Weigel like that. The palm to the crotch shot.
All right, at
you
purple,
never see that. You see nut kicks.
Purple. I will finish
Trudy
this bit. At
Weigel.
purple, we will have consumed 6 alcoholic beverages
Season
of some
6
sort of
and
another.
nut
And the
slap.
night will come to a head, and we will be maximally inebriated, unless Chris fucks up the audio for this show, in which case we'll have to re-record it and then manifest a fake thing where Chris and Piss go down to level 4, which is not a real thing. And I think
it's still working, unfortunately, so they can hear all of this.
code level 5. I think we're
Just
still
another
at code,
reminder. I'm so happy this is the episode you guys get to see.
I think
You
it's
need
code
to
level
title
red.
this, what happens after an episode of
That's
60.
why I said it was. I already labeled it.
Hashtag push it to the
I
limit.
already labeled it.
Hashtag
Listen.
danger zone.
Excuse me.
Past
Oh,
the point of
danger.
no
Okay.
return, you gotta
Yeah.
win it.
Piss and Chris entered the danger zone. This episode will be called.
Highway to what a reckless fucking thing to do, to not only have a highway near the danger zone, but that takes one directly to the danger
It's
zone.
so hard to get a permit passed in this fucking
Why
city.
would you not bypass that danger zone?
And was this what was
horrible idea.
what was-
People need caution wet signs. They
what's
can't
the thing
drive
where they
through a
can take
danger
land
zone.
from people? What is that called?
That's called public domain, I think. Or
No, eminent domain.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
Chris is public domain. Fuck you. Chris
That's the
always
world I
pretends
live
like
in.
he's the
Fuck you.
smart guy. Little does he know, Piss is the
Hey, I
real
was way
engine
smarter
behind
than
this.
you in the last episode. I just get dumber when I drink too
That's
much.
right, Chris. Yeah, well, that's because Piss operates at.
I think this is some kind of depressant intoxicant we're imbibing large amounts of.
Yeah. So when we're talking about the highway to the danger zone, that means that somebody first off had to say like, "Listen, we need better routes, better traffic management
The danger zone.
to the danger zone, and we're gonna need you guys to check off on it." Now, if that was to actually go through the permit process,
single lane road. They're talking multiple lanes.
it's a highway.
To and from.
It's a highway, so it's a minimum. It's got to be a minimum.
It's a highway.
It's a highway. It's
It's
a
a
highway.
highway.
And it's probably the greatest because hell is a pretty
I
great
love
place,
that.
right?
That one thing about how Trump speaks. It's the greatest. It's the greatest.
It is the greatest.
I'm the smartest. I am the
I
smartest.
could fill like 3 beer cans with piss right now. I have to piss so bad.
Go piss and
I
I'll
have to
tell him
piss so
about
bad.
some shit.
Tell them about the permit process for the dangers. That is. Let me finish my
here,
bit.
I'll get into the Stevie Wonder thing. Okay, that we need to talk about. You
Do
can
it really slow though, because this is gonna be a log piss.
just get it done.
All right,
fuck
please.
nugget.
I'm going, guys.
Ah,
I'm going to take a piss.
how happy are you that he's just gone now? Finally, we can have some time together. Pull up a chair, grab some multivitamins and a beer, and join your pal Chris here for a couchside chat, if you will, regarding Stevie Wonder, the conspiracy that he's not blind. Of course, the source for this conspiracy is actually interesting. It's multiple things actually now, and it's starting to draw a picture. Piss is saying there's like a Hands Across America thing in like the 80s or something like that, where they were all singing like, "We are the world, we are the children." Some shit. One of those really over the top gay songs that they just put too many, like Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, dude from the Beatles, Paul McCartney. Anyways, so they fucking yeah, Piss is taking like an incredibly long piss. Springsteen or somebody walks across the stage to do his big solo or whatever, and he knocks a mic stand over by accident, and Stevie Wonder picks it up, and nobody else like reaches forward to grab it, and that was like, oh, whoop, it's on tape. So I'm hoping Piss is gonna put the tape up. And no, I said Piss, fuck nuts. This kid's just. I hope you can't hear what he's saying in the background. Anyways, the one thing I saw recently was a meme of Stevie Wonder where everybody was at circular tables at a music show of some kind, like a sit-down dinner and music. And everybody at one point has to turn, you're at a circular table, so half of you are facing the stage, half of you are facing away. So people have to turn their chairs in order to see the stage when the music comes on, and everybody in the picture was turned except for Stevie Wonder, which is... I said to Piss in the last episode, well, the reason he was able to catch the stand, hypothetically, playing devil's advocate, is maybe he's got like such great chord awareness with his other senses. Like when you lose the sense, you're supposed
listen
to
here,
change
listen here, people. Listen here, ladies and gentlemen. The show has been hijacked by Chris. Chris is the worst, most boring fucking host of this whole show. Listen, Alex Jones here is back to fucking reel it in to make sure that you
I'm gonna
got.
call up Alex Jones on the phone.
Are you gonna call up Alex right now? Okay. Let's. Hey, you call whoever you call whoever you want. What's your name? There's gonna be like a piss ring on my pants. I pissed for literally a minute and a half, and it wasn't over. Listen, it wasn't over. It wasn't over. I'm supposed to pretend like he's making a phone call. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'm wetting the whistle.
Who are you gonna call?
Most Ghostbusters. When you put them up. Okay. I'm ringing Alex Jones. I got some questions, and I want to call the president afterwards.
Okay, go for it.
Ring.
Excuse me. This is President Trump. How's it
I
going?
called Alex. Crap.
You know
Mr.
what?
President?
Alex can't come to the phone right now.
So you guys are hanging out together.
Well, obviously.
Oh wow.
He's probably the greatest friend of the me administration I could ever hope for. Okay.
Well, it's
he's probably the greatest.
I
definitely
can't
the greatest.
speak to that specifically, but and I do have to say you're speaking on behalf of Piss and Chris. The
In fact, me and Alex are actually double teaming Ivanka right now. She's being a great fan. She's being great. She's being wonderful.
Isn't that like slipping into Tony Bennett? The great. We got a great.
She's
great
the greatest fan. She's the greatest fan.
Greatest show for you in
It's
the
the
world.
greatest
and
show
play
I've
some
ever
music.
seen.
It's a great.
It's a great show.
Great show.
I'm having a great time, Alex.
Anyways, horrible.
Listen here, it's actually Alex on the phone here. I took the phone from Trump, and I'm sitting here fucking Ivanka, and we're turning the frogs gay. It's been a pretty good time.
Suck. This phone call is nothing like the one we
I hope you called toll free 1-800 Alex Jones to catch you in on the.
It's almost like one of us missed rehearsal entirely here.
Listen, nobody misses rehearsal like me, okay? It's definitely, I called everybody. They said it's the greatest rehearsal miss of all
I got
time.
a real
okay?
question for you, Mr.
Okay.
President. So I saw your speech 2
Go
days
ahead.
ago or a day ago.
Go
where You
ahead.
said it's not going to be over, the whole like stuck inside your house thing.
Okay, go ahead.
quarantine. You're not going to be over on April 1st, today, which we were told a month ago. It's now extended another 30 days, and it's going to be March 1st when everybody's going back to work.
Hey, tell him it's April 1st today when we're recording this.
It's April 1st today.
It's April Fool's. It's April Fool's. I guess what? I pulled a goof.
you
on the
think
American people. It was probably the greatest
The
goof.
optics on your presidency right now, the best move
well,
now was to do an April Fool's
Listen,
Day
people, this is a dark time. It's a dark time. People need some humor, okay? They need some humor. They want the president, their best friend, maybe their worst friend. They want him to say a
Mr.
message.
President, I can see your hand shadow
They
on the couch.
they want us to send a
Phone calls.
message, okay?
So
That
believable.
the coronavirus is not that bad. It's not that bad. We made ventilators, okay? There's so many ventilators. We've got tons of them. I'm sitting on a pile of ventilators right now while I'm fucking Ivanka with Alex Jones.
I'm going to hang up now.
Don't hang up.
I'm hanging up.
Don't hang up. There's
Fuck
so
this
much
call.
more
I think
that I
both
want
of
to
you
tell you.
guys have been
There's
drinking.
200,000 people. I'm saying there's 200,000 people that are going to fucking die, okay? It's 200,000.
It'll be the biggest.
It's the
suicide
biggest.
ever.
It's the
huge.
biggest death. It's so huge.
gonna be the
Nobody's
biggest
killed more
mass
people. Nobody's killed more people than me.
Nobody murders
There's
more
Gary
people.
Hansen, okay? There's Gary Hansen in some school in Minnesota. There's Gary Hansen killing people, okay? But then there's me, okay?
You know what? Let's
200,000.
stop right here and say, type in hashtag Gary2 if you made it to the 30-minute mark of the second mention.
Me
of
too, Gary too. Hashtag Gary too,
Gary.
okay?
Gary, me too.
Gary, me too.
Me too, Gary.
So listen here, Chris. I want to tell you, I really appreciate the message you're sending out to people. I really think that
Oh my
what
God,
you were
this
doing,
is
Piss
still
and
a
Chris.
phone call.
I really think that what you and Piss and Chris are doing. I think you guys. I know I said your name twice. You and Piss and Chris. Like there's a 3-man team out there. But let me tell you, Chris, I really appreciate what you're doing for the people there. You really,
If we had
you guys are
another
really
man
the true
working on this,
patriots. You
there'd
guys
be
are
a
the
lot
true
more to
patriots.
show.
You guys are telling everybody what's going on with the New World Order. Listen, Pierce, they did not rape that woman with a 4-foot rod, Pierce. They did not. Come on, Pierce. They go through background checks. They go through background. I don't know why I'm just suddenly talking. Excuse me, Alex. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alex gets a little carried away sometimes, okay? He gets a little carried away. And that's why I need to just plug his mouth like I did with Ivanka's, okay? Anyway, Chris, I think it's been fun, but I think me and Alex need to go. We've got some things we've got to do. So I'm going to turn it. Listen, before I let you guys go, I want to tell you guys that this is probably the best show. I ran a show called The Apprentice, okay? Tom Green, you might remember.
Man, you ran that show for like a decade.
It was
Mr.
the
President.
greatest show. It was the greatest. We had the best ratings, but I was astounded by how great I made this country when a new show, a better show, probably the best show that's ever existed, Piss and Chris, Six Deep with Piss and Chris, comes out, destroys my ratings. It destroys my ratings. Tens of views, and people love it. They can't get enough of it. I keep hearing people say like, "Oh, I know coronavirus, Fauci and whatever, Fauci or whatever his fucking name is," and then I hear it, Piss and Chris, and nobody can stop talking about it. They're probably the greatest thing ever since the U.S. oil crash, which I am heavily invested into and really needed to work out so I can do another episode of Six Deep. Anyway, we're so excited,
That
so
sounds like it
excited.
got personal
I'm
for a
so excited.
All
So
right.
excited
Thank you
to
for
be a
your
part of the show.
excitement. That really
But
cheers us
Alex,
in the country
Alex
up.
and I need to
I'm
go.
gonna hang
We
up
need to
now
go.
'cause
We need to
I'm
go.
tired of this bit.
I'm gonna hang up on you. Okay, I'm hanging up. No, you hang up
Well,
first.
that was
You
exciting
hang up
that we
first.
got to speak to the president. I'm
Okay,
gonna
bye.
Turn it back to the set. I don't know how he kept talking when I clearly hung up the phone.
It's the thing that the president can do. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, look at there. I'm back. Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, I had to
We're
go
gonna
and
lose this episode because I forgot I can't have two on my computer at once
Wow.
because they're huge files.
how much space do we got? What are we
Thank you
doing
for
here?
watching, guys.
This has been the quickest
please-
episode of After
Please
Hours
just hit the like button. It
After
costs
dark.
you no time.
with Piss and
And
Chris.
it's like actually you're helping people you know. So if you watched any of the show, just hit the like button. I can't say button. Button. That's how people say it down here. Anyways, Piss, end it.
It's been a wild and crazy show. We're so glad you guys could have joined
End it
us.
faster.
And you know what?
I got ahead.
You guys are the true heroes, the true patriots. Thank you for
10.
putting up with Piss and Chris. And we'll be back with another amazing episode in the future after this. Six Deep.
Six Deep, the only radio show I will listen to.